We're going to start talking about equations and expressions, about simplifying our expressions and solving for variables. Before we get into that, I want to talk to you about the parts of an expression or parts of an equation. All of these pieces of the expression are called terms. 2x, negative x, 4x, negative 7. These are all terms. The x's represent your variables. 2 and 4, negative 1. It's not written, but it's there. Those are all your coefficients. And then the number 7 or negative 7, that is your constant. Okay, those are the different parts of your expression. Term, coefficient, constant, variable. So we need to take our expression and we need to consolidate it or simplify it so that we have one term that has x and one term that has our constant. Looking at our expression, we have a positive 2x, a negative 1x, and a positive 4x. So we're going to look at the coefficients and add them up. Positive 2 minus 1 plus 4. Well, 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. So these combine to 5x. And then I'm left with my coefficient, or with my constant, which is minus 7. Notice when I am marking each of my terms, I am including the operation that is in front of it. The first number of our expression or equation does not have a value or an operation in front of it, so we can assume it is a positive number. We can write that plus sign if we want to, but we don't have to. If it was indeed a negative 2, then there would definitely be a minus sign there, but it is a positive number. So this whole expression, 2x minus x plus 4x minus 7, simplifies down to 5x minus 7. So let's try another expression. We have 2x plus x squared minus 4 minus 3x plus 7. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a color for each family of terms. So I have 3 different terms here. I have my constants, which are just the numbers. I have my terms with the variable x, and I have my term with the variable x squared. X squared has to be in a group by itself because this really means x times x, where the other x terms are just single x's. This one has 2 of those x's together. So that is a totally separate term. That being said, this is its own box. And then I'll do a box for my x's. And I'll box in my constants. And I do recommend that you either box them in or underline, like with a single, double, and triple underline, or some sort of way so that you know that you've taken care of each of these terms. Now it's time to write your terms out in an expression. We're going to start with our terms with the exponents. Those come first whenever we write an expression. Then we take our terms with the variable. 2x minus 3x is a negative 1x. We do not write the 1 as a coefficient. It is implied. Negative 4 plus 7 is a plus 3. So our expression simplifies down to x squared minus x plus 3. One last one. Again, we have 3 different types of terms. We have our term with 2 variables. We have our terms with 1 variable. And we have our constants. Now the reason why 3xy is in a group by itself is because there's 2 variables there, an x value and a y value. Because there's 2 variables, I cannot group them with my other x's. So now I'm going to combine my like terms, starting with the terms that have a single variable. So I'm starting with minus 2x plus 6x, and that gives me a 4x. Next come my terms with double variables. So a positive 3xy. And lastly are my constants. Negative 5 plus negative 10 is a negative 15. So 3xy minus 2x minus 5 plus 6x minus 10 simplifies down to 4x plus 3xy minus 15. You'll notice when I write out my expressions and my equations, there is a hierarchy of how things are organized. Your variables all are written alphabetically by group. So your variables with exponents are grouped together by exponent, written alphabetically. Your variables with one letter are grouped together by letter, alphabetically. Terms with two variables are grouped together. And then finally, your constant. Your constant term is always last in your expression.